Today I was talking with someone about complaining about society, because I can't remember what it was, but the general topic just came up, and then I was like, just something along the lines of how, well, that's kind of what to expect. Like, we're all kind of in that situation, but in a way, and anytime people complain about, like, just, yeah, this is the way, like, the world is, and
right.
Complaining about the system in place,
yeah,
or anything that is wrong, or like
or
it
raised
could be better
this way, and
yeah, just like all the problems. Basically, there are problems. They're pretty observable problems. There's always going to be problems, and when everybody can communicate through complaint about these problems, it's not like it solves the problems, and it's not like it's necessarily like helping people develop or anything, but it develops this kind of relationship and camaraderie and communion that everyone is kind of on the same page. It almost reminds me of, I saw someone talk about China at one point, and how the majority of the people in China are like, they don't really like their government or whatever, but they all you can't really talk about just how they don't like it, but they all can give each other looks like and they all kind of get it. Like, there's this camaraderie there. So even in silence, even when people can't complain about things, they still develop a camaraderie by understanding that other people also recognize that this is screwed up.
There's I've seen it as like, there's a thing, and say it's China government, and people have a relationship to that thing, but that thing is really a fictitious thing, and yet people can match understanding of what that kind of fictitious thing in, and they don't see it as fictitious because it is reality too. It is their, it's a fictional reality, and so it's just like they meet on whatever that, seeing this thing a certain way, and can then not have words for it, but just
and even with things that like on a global and really it's not necessarily subtle, but it's like extremely nuanced and fine and like pinpointed, of like, I don't know much about the other side of the world and the governments operating there, but I've heard things around about like just how it's there might be some problems there that are different than here, and the way they talk about it or think about it is like kind of like that way of like things are like this kind of collective understanding that there are problems. And that, just having the rest of the world kind of reciprocate this understanding of like, yeah, we can see it too. Right. Like, that develops this almost unification of like, just not like peace and clarity, but like almost a safety bubble of like, okay, the whole world is kind of on the same side, even though it is like somewhere way deep down there, and like just in this little subtle way, you can tell the whole world's on the same side, because everyone around the world will collectively agree on, and not agree like be like, yes, I concur and I concur, but like I see it. we all can see the same things the same way, when it's like certain things that are just so apparent and kind of universal, and and that kind of connectivity of like global consciousness is one of those things that really shows that we're all not so different, you and I.